Governor Abbott is coming to San Angelo while challenger Beto O'Rourke out-fundraised the sitting governor, according to reports released today. We also have details of an assault that landed a San Angelo man behind bars. Plus, has monkeypox hit San Angelo, as if COVID wasn't enough? Stay tuned to find out. I'm Joe Hyde, and welcome to Live. We'll get to the news, but first, is your man a fan? We'll get to the news, but first, is your man a fan of Yellowstone? Inspired by Rip Wheeler of the hit series Yellowstone, this cologne embraces the ethos of rough and tumble cowboy cool, kind of like me. It's a handcrafted fragrance with notes of desert verbena, I can't read this right, yellow grapefruit, golden aspen, and Atlas cedarwood. It's a fresh and clean woody scent for everyday wear. You know, the masculine stuff. It's only available in San Angelo at Myers Drug at the corner of Beauregard and Chadbourne in historic downtown San Angelo. Or visit Myers Drug at myersdrug.com. We begin today's segment with some sad news. Just outside Big Lake on US 67 South, a man pulling a wagon was struck and killed by a vehicle. Troopers with the Department of Public Safety were dispatched about 10 miles east of Big Lake on US 67 at about 5 o'clock yesterday regarding a pedestrian that had been hit by a car. The man was pulling a wagon just to the left of the white line. US 67 has 4 lanes in that area with skinny shoulders in the area. The man has not yet been identified to the public, and the driver of the vehicle that struck the man stopped and cooperated with troopers. Although a storm was coming through the area at the time of the crash, law enforcement do not believe that storm was a factor. No charges are expected against the driver at this time. In local news, on June 26, 2022, a San Angelo man allegedly rammed his vehicle into another being driven by 2 crash victims. According to the arrest affidavit, Monte Jarmon flagged down the victims in the 2100 block of Field Street. When they pulled over to meet with Jarman, he tried to pry open the passenger door on their vehicle. And then those 2 in the car feared that they would be assaulted. They drove off, only to leave Jarman or have Jarman follow him in his own vehicle. The victims lost sight of Jarman, only to have him ram their vehicle in the 1900 block of Childers Street. The crash caused the victim's vehicle to make a full 360-degree circle, and basically it spun around. And even though the car was damaged, they still were able to drive back to Field Street. Jarman followed them again, only to flee after he learned the police had been called. Jarman was arrested in the early morning hours on July 14th and has been charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Out west in California at the Otay Mesa port of entry, U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers found over 100 pounds of fentanyl in bags of flour and coffee cans last week. On July 3rd at about 10:50 at night, a 43-year-old and 50-year-old in a 2005 GMC Yukon applied for entry into the United States after showing passports and a California identification card. I don't know what that means. You know, everyone in California gets an identification card, even your dog. It was during the inspection of the vehicle that the deadly drugs were discovered, wrapped in plastic, inside the food items. Both men were moved from the vehicle and escorted to the inspection area. 46 packages, that's 46 packages containing fentanyl, were discovered in flour bags, coffee and creamer cans, and powdered milk cans. Just under 43 pounds of powdered fentanyl and 59 pounds of fentanyl pills were also seized. That amount would net about $1.2 million. As for the smugglers, well, they were taken by ICE and Homeland Security and eventually were booked into the Metropolitan Correctional Center in San Diego. Monkeypox. All right. In the big country, specifically in Taylor County where Abilene is, they have their first confirmed case of monkeypox. On Wednesday, the first case was confirmed by the Abilene-Taylor County Public Health District. The health district they're investigating the case, and as of now, they don't believe the public is at risk. Texas as a state has confirmed only 20 total cases of monkeypox. What is monkeypox? Well, it's a rare disease, at least right now, related to smallpox, but not chickenpox. Symptoms of monkeypox include rashes, fever, chills, exhaustion, body aches, and swollen lymph nodes. A rash may look like pimples or blisters that appear all over the body, including the face, chest, private areas, and feet. It is spread through contact with bodily fluids or sharing contaminated items. Now, you know we had to do this. So San Angelo Live reached out to Sandra Villarreal with the San Angelo and Tom Green County Health Department, and she told us, and I quote, "No, there have been no confirmed cases of monkeypox in Tom Green County as of today." If you believe you have monkeypox, however, you should seek medical attention, and according to the most trustworthy source, the Centers for Disease Control, this monkeypox disease is rarely fatal. In other news, Governor Abbott, that's our Governor Abbott, will keynote the 18th Annual West Texas Legislative Summit to be held August 4th on the campus of Angelo State University. The annual summit explores policy issues important to rural Texas. The governor is expected to speak in the afternoon. Meanwhile, Abbott's challenger for the November 8th election, Beto O'Rourke, is showing signs of momentum. He out-fundraised Abbott during the latest campaign finance reporting period by raising $27.7 million when compared to Abbott's paltry $24.9 million. The Beto haul is reported to have been the largest reported haul in any reporting period in the history of Texas. What is more, Beto claims that his donors totaled 511,000 people, donating an average of $54 each. In contrast, Abbott's smaller haul was donated by just 113,000 donors, averaging $220 each. In a University of Houston poll released Thursday, Abbott's lead is only 5 percentage points higher than Beto. 49 for Abbott, 44 for Beto. Abbott still can claim he has more campaign cash. However, $20 million of Abbott's $45 million in campaign cash is already spent on a soon-to-launch TV ad blitz, leaving the governor with only $25 million in walking around money. Beto will likely report more than $30 million in the bank. Governor Abbott is coming to San Angelo because he will need West Texas's votes to overcome the blue voter onslaught in the urban centers of Texas, especially if Democrat voters are motivated by all that cash. You know, Beto's $30 million that can be used for get out the vote. Digging deeper, the same University of Houston poll that shows Abbott's small 5% statewide lead over Beto also found that in Harris County, that's Houston, voters showed a 9% preference for Beto and only 42%, it was 51 to 42%, Beto over Abbott. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, Charlotte Anderson from Keep San Angelo Beautiful will be here to talk about the late Ken Landon and how you can help clean up the community. We'll be right back.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Kano stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Kano's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
Welcome back to Live. I'm Yantis Green, and I'm visiting with Charlotte Anderson today with Keep San Angelo Beautiful. Charlotte, thanks for coming back.
It's good to be here again.
You've been busy.
We have been busy. We just wrapped up a beautiful celebration commemorating Mr. Ken Landon's beautiful work with the Lily Garden.
There at Civic League Park, and,
yes.
and it made some improvements and some additions to the park. What did y'all do yesterday?
Absolutely. We've been working on this project for about a year, and we received a grant from the Art and Eva Camunez Tucker Foundation, and it was to put in a picnic bench and table in the Lily Garden Park. And we're very excited. It's been about a year. We worked with the City of San Angelo, so Parks and Rec and Mr. Carl White. It was just a fantastic event, and we have a total of 3 that we'll be dedicating, but this was our very first one. So Mr. Landon passed on the 14th Actually, yesterday was the 1 year anniversary.
Right.
And his adopted family really wanted the celebration at this time, and we were very happy to accommodate that.
And Ken had been here so long, and he's done so much that international lily collection is known worldwide, and it's right here in San Angelo, and that was all him. Breeding and producing and
Absolutely.
those things, and it's an amazing collection.
Yes. In 1994, I lived on Adams Street, and we would walk over to the Lily Garden Park at that time. Now, there was only one square of lilies, and to come back in 2022 and see how spectacular his vision, his development, the new species, all the research that he put into that really put San Angelo on an international forum, and just so grateful for the beauty. A lot of people don't know that it's right off of South Park, and that it is just absolutely spectacular. There's a pavilion, and now on the corner of South Park, there's a picnic table and a bench, and we even got very excited and inspired by the area, which is just beautiful, full of trees, beautiful groves of trees. We may even put in a couple of more picnic benches and tables there. And it's just directly, if you turned right on Park and you stopped and parked right in front of Peasant Village, if you got out of your car and walked into the park, you would run right into that picnic table. So we know it's going to get great use. It's in a beautiful location, and definitely, want the community to know about the great work that Kenneth did, his life's work, his body of work, and how that's impacted our city.
It is such a legacy, and San Angelo is so fortunate to have the lily pads there in Civic League Park. It's really, really special. And Ken did more than just the lily pads.
Absolutely, he did.
He was the fireworks guy forever.
Yes, and one of his partners with the fireworks was there yesterday. In addition, the ladies that are continuing the upkeep of the Lily Garden, her team was there as well. It was just so exciting. Mr. Larry Jolly was with us. Again, the adopted family, and Carl stopped by. Miss Diane Bays from the DMO, the chamber. We had a great group, even though we had the rain. I'm still saying that I ordered that rain so we could drop from 105 to 80.
There you go.
So it worked out perfect. It was a beautiful evening, and so perfect. As the night went on, the winds died down, and it was just fantastic at the end of the evening.
Well, I can't think of a better way to honor Ken and to keep his vision alive and going.
Absolutely.
There. And I know that Larry Jolly has a lot to do with that.
He does.
And keeping that alive in the community. Keep San Angelo Beautiful. You never slow down.
No.
You have an event coming up in October.
Yes, so we're real excited about that. Our fall sweep is an annual event, and last year we had just at 200 volunteers. So this is a perfect opportunity for team building, for service hours. This is family friendly. If you've got Cub Scouts, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, if you want to bring the pets, you're welcome to do that as well. We'll meet on the river. And we'll all get our assignments. We'll get our T-shirts. We have fresh fruit, granola, juice. We kick off in a beautiful location right at the Bosque. And then we'll all go to different areas to clean. And it is just a very exciting time. Again, it's citywide. Businesses from Ethicon to Blue Cross Blue Shield to First Community. We have businesses, Best Techs, from all over. Our partners from BRI Recycling Solutions, Republic Services. We have great community involvement, and at this time, college will be back in session, so we'll be getting a lot of college organizations, our Ramgineers, AMOS. We have several groups that come out and join us.
So this is like save the date for October 6th?
October the 8th.
October
Saturday,
the 8th.
October the 8th. And we will have prizes for the most interesting item, which is always very interesting. We'll also have prizes for the tough team, who has to have the dirtiest tedious work, usually
Yeah.
bringing in truckloads of trash.
wow.
And then again, we'll have the most spirit. Blue Cross Blue Shield won the most spirit last year.
Okay.
The fall sweep, the most interesting item was a little kitten. And they found it out on the Red Arroyo under a cardboard box. No mom, no siblings, just one little baby cat. I think they named that kitty Sweeper, and they still have the cat today.
Oh, wow.
So that's the best news. But we do wrap up at Buffalo Wild Wings and have a tailgate party that is just so much fun. So we really look forward to that again, October 8th. Just a ton of fun, and you can reach out to us for those volunteer agreements and get your team registered.
And one of the great things about San Angelo is we have so many beautiful wide open green spaces.
Oh, yes.
Especially, the Red Arroyo is huge, and then the river downtown is a blessing as well. But along with those blessings is they're highly used.
Yes.
And trash just accumulates. So,
It does, and we have a lot of areas that are wind tunnel kind of vortexy, where it doesn't matter. Every quarter, they would continually be littered with either the plastics, the bags, and debris. So those certain areas, and then of course when we do get that little bit of rain and the water lifts up in the Red Arroyo, and then it flows out, which is its intended purpose,
Right.
but it also takes the trash as well. So there's an area over there by Comfort Inn and Suites that we could probably clean that every other month.
Right.
But it's also a really good hot spot. But the city does a phenomenal job of keeping the rivers and the parks really clean and beautiful. And this is just an opportunity to go back down the trails and look for those the little bit of extra that just happens to go by the wayside. But definitely fulfilling and rewarding, knowing that you're making a difference and taking responsibility in your community. And there's a lot of people that enjoy that.
And your organization's getting recognized statewide. I think some of your board members went to a convention or
Yes,
a
we
conference.
did. We did that in Austin, and it was just fantastic. The Keep Texas Beautiful conference. There were Keep Texas Beautiful has 300 affiliates, just like Keep San Angelo Beautiful, that are all over the state of Texas. I believe there were probably about 250 people at their conference this year, representing about 86 different affiliates. We did receive our Gold Star recognition. We work for that all year long through webinars, trainings, events, conferences, by being mentors to other teams. It's a whole host. You get letters of recommendation. So we keep that list pretty close to eyesight to make sure this is our second year to get the Gold Star. So next year, if you're 3 years in a row, you get a sustainable award for continuing your efforts in that. And we're just really proud of that, to bring that to the community. Not all the communities can say they did that. And we also we apply for the Governor's Community Achievement Award every year. And so we get recognition again on that as well. If you're scoring in the 90s, you do get that Governor's Community Achievement Award of Excellence. And so, again, this will be our third year coming up this year for our body of work this year that we will submit in 2023. But on the third year, Sustainable Award of Excellence as well. So, and only, I want to say we were probably one of about 24 that received that award of excellence. So we're real proud of that.
There's a lot of hard work goes into that. So kudos to you and your team and everybody that volunteers. There was a young lady that visited you.
Oh, my little angel.
Hopefully we can show some of those photos here in a little bit, but tell me about that.
Sure. So we did a project with Santa Rita Elementary, and what started out as a Trias research project interview ended up into a lot of wonderful and terrific events and ideas. So the students in the classroom got lessons on recycling. They took the pledge to never litter, to recycle when they can. They all received certificates. They became Keep San Angelo Beautiful. We call them KSAB Junior Ambassadors.
Okay.
And they wanted to meet the mayor. So we did a proclamation. Their whole classroom came down to City Council and sat through and received that from Mayor Brenda Gunter. And I can tell you, There's never been a prouder day in the third grade class of Miss Weevil than when Mayor Gunter presented them their proclamation. So in addition to that, we went back to their campus and we did a cleanup with all 3 of their third grade classes. And so we cleaned the campus at Santa Rita, we cleaned up Santa Rita Park, and just had a wonderful time. We had some Earth Day activities shortly thereafter. So they got their t-shirts, they get a planner, and one of the students was missing Miss Charlotte and came by the office today, and we had a wonderful time just catching up, talking about the upcoming activities and keeping her in the loop. And she is a busy little girl, Miss Lily Middlebrooks, and so we're just real proud of her dedication to her community and wanting to make a difference.
And you want to keep that next generation aware of keeping San Angelo beautiful and Texas beautiful, and that's a really good thing.
Yes, it is.
Charlotte, how can they find out more? How can they get hold of you if they want to help out people?
Super. Well, we are at 69 North Chapman, and just like Lily, anybody can stop by anytime. Would love to visit and catch up. You can email us at charlotte.anderson@cosatx.us, and we are on Facebook. Keep San Angelo Beautiful. Keep up to date on all of our activities and events. We post everything.
Very good, very good. Thank you so much for coming back by.
Oh, it's good to see you
And
today.
will you do that again?
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, Charlotte. We'll be right back.
Well, welcome back. I hope the mic's hot. Is the mic hot there, James? Welcome back. This is the coolest news broadcast in Texas. And just a quick reminder, if you like what we're doing here, you dig it, like us on Facebook, hit the bell on YouTube, and of course, catch up with the live crew Monday through Friday at 4 o'clock p.m. on this daily live news TV program, only on SanAngeloLive.com. Before we leave, San Angelo has a number of things to do this weekend. Wake the Desert, that's the thing at the lake, will be taking place at Lake Nasworthy. So just go and head on out there to the Middle Concho Park down Red Bluff Road with your family. A cooler and some sunscreen, and watch the wakeboarders do their thing. Right up the road from the Wake the Desert, the Pack Saddle Barbecue is hosting a car show. I love those car shows. I mean, local guys, their hobby, their passion. You can see some really, really cool ideas about what you can do to your car. It's from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. right there in the parking lot of Pack Saddle Barbecue. And in historic downtown San Angelo, across from the Cactus Hotel, you can enjoy the Cactus Market Days. They're from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. There will be arts and crafts, baked goods, and food trucks. For the live crew, I'm Joe Hyde. Have a wonderful weekend, and we look forward to seeing y'all next week. I'm still on.